What's good? Welcome to First Stream Podcast. On today's episode of First Stream Podcast, we will look at the NBA free agency. We will discuss um, surprise teams in the NFL. We're inside of a month before NFL training camp starts to open up. Are y'all ready? You know we are. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's go.
Yeah.
First Stream Podcast. Yeah. Q Danny. Dre on the beat. You know. Yeah. What's your favorite squad? Tell me who you going with. First Stream Podcast. Yeah, we keep it lit. We got the latest updates. We don't pump fake. Like, comment, share. We don't care. Feel free to hate. We got great guests. Join us. You should chime in. Houdini on the intro for the time being. Lady A, representing Washington. Pick Washington, everything Washington. Aunt Mo coming out of Dallas, you know the business. Said, them Georgia Bulldogs ain't quitting. Yeah, if you ain't watching sports, you ain't living. About to get my mattress Mac on, about to bet $1 million. Let's talk about it. We all grown and cool, we can talk about it. Before we hit the news, we gon' talk about it. Oh, you wanna bet? Let's pop a bottle about it.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Give us a good thumbs up. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this right here. Most important part coming up here in a minute. All right. Listen, tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. It could be beneficial for you. You guys will find out what that is about on Saturday for real. All right, so listen, we're gonna do a 3-man bob and weave today. We're gonna get in, we're gonna get out, we're gonna talk some good sports here. We miss you guys. First, let's find out what's going on with Said Stats and Facts. Said, how you doing, bro?
Welcome back, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Survived. I made it through 4th of July. How are you?
For sure. Same here. You know, I survived the hottest days of the year. You know, in the world.
I don't think they're here yet. I don't think the hottest days are quite here yet.
Yeah. The last 3 days was the hottest days on Earth.
On Earth ever.
Yes, for sure.
Let's find out how our guy Ant Mo feels. How you doing, Ant Man? Did you survive the hottest days of you bobbing and weaving? Bobbing and weaving. Give it to him. Give it to him. Like, you've been in the gym too, bro. I see you been in the gym.
Nah, I'm just hoked up a little bit because I like myself out of my studio. So I survived the hottest days as well, but I didn't survive a key turn to get myself back in.
I got you. I feel you. Like some of those days you wish you was on the first floor so you can go ahead and slide in your own window.
Block 1 and 0.
Nah, you can't slide none of these windows, player.
Can't slide in the window. I got you.
Hey, you got to go. You got to go. What's that? Ocean's 11 to get in these.
I got you, man. How was your 4th?
Man, this was the most docile 4th ever. My oldest child had she had plans, which I was cool with. Slid and did a little hookah. That was it. I didn't do nothing.
Oh, you just chilled out.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was all right.
I feel you. All right, listen. Y'all tell us about y'all 4th, man. How many of those American hot dogs did you eat? Did you get a hamburger in? What did you do? Me, I think I had to work. I had to work on the 4th. I got off and went past my guy Mario's, and he was like, you know, we got this, we got that. I said, if you don't pass me an American hot dog, we're gonna have a problem over here. So I downed about 4 of them real quick.
Down about 4 glizzies?
Nope. No
glizzies for me on 4th of July, buddy.
Nope.
Sauce.
You're right.
Drew
got
said,
glizzy sauce on you?
Drew said, nope. Bruce Glass in the building, as always, up in the building too. And then we got Droop in here. He said hello, what's up to everybody. And then Droop said he had to work as well. The best part about working on the 4th of July is you get that good time and a half. For those of us that got to work on the 4th of July, so you know that check always looks great, you know. But
I can tell you about that Ant too when we get off. I'm gonna get off and remind me to tell you about that.
Hopefully everybody, you know, kept their fingers and digits and made it home safe and had a plan. So you see, we doing a little 3-man bob and weave. Lady A is on assignment, and we're not sure if she's gonna join us or not, but we are planning to do this without her today. But she is safe. Drew said, "Yep, got to get that money."
HR.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Nah, we don't need HR. We don't need HR today. Not today. I mean, we already like Ant talking about glizzies, said talking about the dipping sauce. What?
Well, you was talking about glizzies.
I said an American hot dog. I didn't say nothing about a glizzy.
That's what they call them, aka Glizzmeisters. Oh man, I hope.
Man. All right, so y'all ready to get into this right here?
For sure.
All right, so let's talk about this right here. First off, I hit everybody up today and was like, "Hey, jump on Threads." Were y'all able to get on Threads?
I set it up. I haven't gone through the customize it.
It said you jumped on there, so y'all could all follow us on Threads, and if you see it's toothpick_01 on Threads, go ahead and give me a follow over there. As well, it's mostly Instagram and a little bit of Twitter, all in one spot. So Threads is the new joint. Jump over there if you're tired of Twitter and your boy. But let's start this off with this: the slap heard around the world. The number 1 pick from the NBA, Victor Wembanyama. Security apparently hit Britney Spears with a backhand, bow, and she said, "I'm Britney."
And you know what? Might cost a little security guard a couple dollars.
You think?
Hate to be the one to tell him every 9 of them. It might cost him a couple dollars.
But security don't play, right? Security don't play. You just saw this young man get drafted number 1 and number 1. And one thing that San Antonio Spurs do is they take care of their players, right?
Right.
And you know, Britney Spears has been known to be a little wild, a little off. So I guess he's thinking, you know, I'm Britney B. I can get wherever I want to go. And security said, no.
But see, that's the thing though. That's the thing though. The thing is, yeah, you know, he got security, but that just don't give security the right to just haul off and do what they want to do. It was different if she was going in full tackle mode. Let me get him to the ground and climb on top of him. Paul.
Whoa.
That's not what she did. You know, she said, according to what I read and what she put in the police report, she tapped him on the shoulder. They trying to say she grabbed her.
Hey, it's a tap. I know women that have been tapped on the shoulder, and the first thing they say is sexual harassment or assault.
Well,
what's the difference? Because he's 7'4".
Welcome to the inside of whatever prison whatever jail you're gonna go to. Well,
yeah, I feel you.
I just muted.
Yeah,
because I mean, I understand the security aspect of it. Trust me, I understand.
Right.
But I also understand you just can't haul off and just hit people randomly.
Right.
The circumstances didn't fit the performance of what he did. It did not. It didn't warrant it.
Hey, I get you. Say I 100% agree. Plus, Brittany's what, like 5 foot nothing.
I think I think she exactly 5 foot. That's
she like 5 foot nothing, and you got to figure the security guard's probably 6 foot something or another, former NFL player or college player, and he could have just simply picked little Britney Spears up and placed her somewhere else, so she probably still would have called for assault, some assault charges or whatever. But
she's 5'4".
She 5'4", so
right.
she's taller than Ant.
Are we really about to go down the street?
Hey. He checked out just in time.
No, he checked out. Yeah, he had something to do right quick. He checked out just in time because of war.
Just in time. Just in time. I wanted to get him involved, but I see he got some other stuff going on. Yeah, man. So no, but yeah, she's 5'4". She's 5'4". You got to figure the security guard's probably what, at least 6'2", 6'3".
Gotta be, at least.
right? Yeah, you could simply move Miss Britney Spears and her crazy self. But then you got to think that if Britney Spears is somewhere out, she has security around her too, right? So why couldn't the two security teams talk to get these two together so that she could apparently just get the picture that she wanted to get with the number one draft pick in the NBA? The good news is, they did get the so-called picture or whatever, but Britney, yeah, she filed some charges. She filed some charges on.
Did she spin like a top? Like I say, she little.
They say she went straight back to the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
Look here. Look here. Let me put this out here. For those who don't know, Britney's a Caucasian.
Oh yeah, she is. he came back to say. And he gonna hear from HR on that one, ain't he?
I can't say much right now, but it's day on the Caucasian day.
The answers go pig Latin on us. He did. You were pig Latin.
Oh man,
he were pig Latin on us. I appreciate that one, man. You took me back to 5th grade right there, where we thought we was doing something slick. We thought we had our own language. Parents like understand. I do.
Help is on the way. I just talked to my boy. He was asleep. He's about to get ready to go to work. He just worked 24 hours in a row and got some sleep. But let me say this, because I know I missed a portion of it. Even beyond all of this that we can say, man, I think it's kind of sad how far Britney has failed. That's kind of the thing that I took. Apparently, she's never really owned the rights to herself or her money.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents did it.
Yeah, but it's like to have that conservatorship over her, and then once you start seeing some of the antics that she's did lately, it's kind of hard. It's tough because it's hard to take her word for it. I would almost be more pressed to believe the security based off of how she's moved. So, either way, what we do know for a fact is she definitely got slapped.
She did get that.
But this is the thing. It still doesn't seem warranted whether she grabbed him or whether she tapped him. Those guys had more control, even if they tackled her to the ground, than to slap that young lady across her face. That was just unwarranted and unnecessary regardless. She's clearly not a threat, in my humble opinion.
I got you. I appreciate that there, bro. You put that really, really nice, as you always do.
Big, say what you got. I put that really.
You did. Nice. You put the bow on it. You put the bow on it for us, bro. You put the bow on it. Not the glizzy. You ain't put the glizzy on it.
Oh, okay, no problem.
You put the bow on it. All right, and so listen, I know you about to do something, but I got to get you fired up. I got to get you fired up with this next topic we about to talk about right here. So I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I'm gonna step back and let y'all two go at it right here. Are the Atlanta Braves the best team in the MLB?
Well, hold on.
Atlanta.
You try this, but you're gonna fail because I'm a realist as much as I am a fan of my team. Obviously, yes, the Atlanta Braves are the hottest and probably most consistently sturdy built team in MLB right now. I can't argue with my team. Is just kind of been getting wins here or there. Still up until I think yesterday or the day before had a 3-game lead on the Astros, and the Astros also took 3 or 4 from us in the previous series. So, sorry to disappoint you, buddy, but the Atlanta Braves are in de facto the best team in baseball, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Now we did get a Aroldis Chapman, and I am interested to see how that's going to work out.
Right.
Because our original closer wasn't half bad, but we probably can take him now. I think his name was Smith or something like that. Last name Smith. I can't remember fully. But maybe if we can move him to more of a long relief,
right?
Or 7, 8.
What? A long
relief. We're attempting to be a little bit of an adult here. Long relief, and then maybe a 7th, 8th inning guy, because our bullpen isn't that strong, to be honest. So there was also some options that we have, but listen, Atlanta's Atlantaing right now, so.
what I can say is they are going into the All-Star break as one of the hottest teams in the league. They're 9-1 in the last 10 and 20. I'm sorry, 18-2 in the last 20. So yeah, they're pretty hot. But the thing about it is they hold a 2.5 game overall over Tampa Bay. And guess who we play prior to going into the halfway point? We got a 3-game series starting tomorrow against Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
So
it's going to be a great series. And hopefully they show at least one of the games on TV because the MLBTV.com is off the chain. Dog.
If you got that Apple TV,
man, but you know what? I got it as a part of having T-Mobile.
So yeah. See, welcome to Thug Mobile. Said
I'm on Thug Mobile.
Hey,
yeah, you should have it. You should have it. You gotta have the MLB, and you can just take. Yeah, he got Thug Mobile, and then you just push it over to your screen, bro. Push it over off your phone to your screen. Yeah, it's clutch.
But I mean, I have to concur with what Ant was saying about the Braves. They have been one of the more consistent teams. We are in the top 5. We have somebody in the top 5 on almost every category in the MLB. Batting leaders, Acuna, the leadoff man, is number 2. Home run, Olsen is number 2. Runs batted in, Olsen is number 2. Garcia from Texas is number 1. Ant.
Is in what?
And he's a monster. Is that rookie?
RBIs.
No. He's talking about Adolis Garcia.
Yeah. He's number 1 in RBIs.
He's been getting better and better over the years, though. He's gotten better and better over the last 3 years.
But you just go down the list. Hits. You got Acuna again in hits. He's number 2. Strikeouts. Spencer Strider for Atlanta is number 1. I mean, we have somebody literally in almost every category of this process. And this team is deep. There only maybe 1, maybe 2 soft spots in this lineup.
So that's where I wanted to go next. I was going to say, what can y'all do?
They deep and they get in soft spots.
They deep and they get in soft spots. What is it that Atlanta needs to do to take what they're doing in the first half and ensure that they are ready to go in the second half and make a deep push into this MLB playoffs, so they're not swept out in the first or second round?
One is we have this guy who plays second and he plays third, Orlando Arcia. Mm-hmm. He did good, but I mean the last couple games I watched him, infield wise, they turned doubles. He called play. They turned double plays with him in the game, but he was lacking with his bat. Couple flies out, simple flies out. A couple strikeouts. What's going on. So he's the backup behind Austin Riley and Ozzy Albies, shortest man in the league, but doing his thing. So we have to be able to count on him if he has to come in, to take one of those spots. Or if one of them gets injured, we need him to come in for his bat to go on. Because the starting lineup, man, is a monster. I mean,
yeah, and I mean, injuries finna come into play here, and as well, y'all's starting lineup starting to show people what the New York Yankees used to look like when they had that murderer's row of hitters. Now, and I want to turn attention to the Texas Rangers real fast.
I was like, what? Okay.
The Texas Rangers. I want to see, what are y'all missing as well that y'all going to need to be doing, being some buyers, little selling off a little bit so that y'all can fortify what y'all got and y'all can go head to head with Houston coming up here.
No selling whatsoever. We are definitely buying. The main thing that we need to do, Perez has been getting hit. I mean, listen, Perez was pretty solid the last couple years. He started with us. He was farmed through us. Then he left, and then he came back. And so there was a lot of promise for him. But his last 3-4 outings, he's been getting slugged, man, as a starting pitcher. And he's like 4 in the rotation. But, of course, when you lose, our top guy to Tommy John, then that elevates him. And now it's like it's kind of a thing where if he can keep us close, the bats would do their things. But now he's in a position where we need to get wins from him. So I would say we need a starting pitcher for sure, and we still need a reliever. Like, pitching is a big issue for us because what was that, last night or the night before, we lost 12-11, and we got down quick. It was 10-3. We battled back, tie the game up, take the lead 11-10, and then still lose 12-11. We'll start. My thing that I'm concerned about is that we'll start looking more like the 90s Rangers, who could hit the ball, slug the ball everywhere, but the pitching couldn't stop a nosebleed. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I'm very concerned about because we have one of the best middle infields in all of baseball. Both of them are starters, and this is what we were hoping for. But those guys were injured, and then they had to get acclimated with the team and with the system. We went through a GM change, went through a coaching change. So everything for them is starting to come together like we hope. So, the bats are fine. I don't have an issue with none of the bats. We got the majority of our guys, which I think we have a pitcher? But anyway, we got 4 or 5 guys going. And I think we gotta be able to get a starting pitcher and a high quality rotation guy for the bullpen, and that will help us to get back to some of those more dominant ways that we were looking like earlier in the first quarter.
So with that being, y'all need a little bit more pitching, which means y'all don't give up something in the farm system or some futures or something like that. You know, because y'all gonna have to give up something to get something. With that being said, the mighty Dodgers.
Hold on for leader Rangers. And another thing with one of the Rangers right now is consistency. That's one of the problems they have right now. When they went on this run, after Atlanta came to town, they battled.
You keep saying that, no.
No.
You said what though? What you said?
After they battled Atlanta, they went. Texas went on a run. They literally went on a run, and they was one of the hottest teams at the time as well. This 4-game series against Houston cost them a lot of space. Because think about it.
Yep.
Even now, after losing 4, was it 3 or 4?
They lost 3 or 4, and they still was up 3.
Even after losing 3 or 4 games to Houston, the Rangers still have a 2-game lead.
It was 3. Houston. It was 3 before they lost this last one, and Houston won. So that's what. Yeah.
So they show you when they went on that run, that consistency on that run, it shows that they can get in where they can do the thing. They need to. The manager needs to find the pieces and put them in the correct spot to get back to what they were doing before. When they went on that run to show them that's how hot they were. Can he get back to that after the halfway point?
They were like 40, I seen a stat. They were like 40-15 or something crazy like that, and then they have a losing record, if I'm not mistaken, over the second half of that run that they've been on or something like that. Because we know in baseball, to be dominant, it's not even necessarily about sweeping everybody. When you look at the Seattle team from back in the day or some of those Yankees teams, they were doing that on the regular. But it's about can we take the 2 or 3? Can we take the 3 or 4 consistently? And it's just gonna add up quicker. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can find a way to get right this wrong, because I think this team they can compete right now. A lot of the young guys, what they said is starting to look like actually is that what we looked like before we went on that World Series run 2 years prior. Guys had started to mature ahead of schedule. The Elvis Andrews of the world, the Neftali Felices, those guys came and they were effective and explosive immediately. And, that set us on a trajectory to kind of build up to making those World Series runs.
Exactly. Like we said, little injuries started to take place around the league. Plus, baseball is just fun this year. 2.5-hour games, the implementation of the bigger bases, the batters having to be in the box at a certain time, and the pitchers having to get that pitch off into their windup and delivery by a certain amount of time has improved baseball, as well as what we thought the runs are going to go through the roof. But yeah, now it's time to worry about those injuries. You're going to have some time off here, give guys a chance to catch their breath. with the All-Star break coming up here. Reorganize some teams, and then get back at it for a chance to win a pennant, which is leading right to our everybody's favorite time of year, which is the fall, when we have all 4 sports going. We have basketball, baseball, football, and hockey all going at the same time in October. So buckle up, folks. Buckle up. After the All-Star break here, things will get going pretty fast for the MLB. Yes, sir.
I'll say one last thing.
Yep.
The only thing that concerned me, and I said this before, is against the teams that it mattered the most to me for us to take series from, we didn't do it. So, we battled Atlanta tough. We did. But they ended up, after we split, they took the last one. And then the same with Tampa. And so I just hope that moving forward, if we can make some changes and adjustments, that, that'll be the kind of the igniter to give me some hope that if we make it to the play, because I'm not worried about many teams, to be honest. I'm not worried about the Astros. I'm not worried about the Yankees even. It's Tampa. I think Tampa they've been kind of sitting around this, being able to be this quality of a team. And it's starting to actually really come together. And, they're one of those teams that every 4 or 5 years, they start to have these type of looks to them, kind of how Toronto was at one.
And then they sell it off, and then they sell a team off after that. Yeah. But and I think that the thing that the Rangers got from that Atlanta series was the confidence they can go out there and play when they bring it all together.
Right.
And I think that's why y'all went on that long winning streak. And then
14 and
right
3.
before the All-Star break, players start to lose their concentration because they start to think about, I got some days off coming up, and it's hard for managers to to keep them focused right now because voting for players to go to the All-Star game and things like that, all that's starting to come out. Okay, well, I don't have to go there, or I do got to take my wife and kids now, and I get the chance to breathe for a little bit before we get back into this thing and crank it up, and full concentration is where it needs to be. Now let's move on to our next topic here. So I want y'all to do this. I want you to think last year, who did you think was going to be in the playoffs and things like that, right? And then on the AFC side,
for football.
For football. On the AFC side and the NFC side, there were teams that made it that no one saw coming, right? What's up, Sheepdog? What's happening, Joe? I want y'all to think of sleeper teams. Give me 2 sleeper teams. You can put them in wherever you want that you guys think will make it into the playoffs this year. Type it into the chat now. Give me 2 sleeper teams that you guys think will make it in there, and then tell me why. What is it about this team that you think they will perform better than they did last year? Because, like we always say, some team ain't gonna make it that made the playoffs last year, right? Somebody's gonna take a step back. Somebody's gonna take a step up. The NFL is designed to do that. Plus, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a programming note while y'all think. Okay, next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up. This Saturday coming up is Dawn Saturday, but the following Saturday, July the 15th, we'll be starting a program at 6 p.m. That's 7 Eastern, 6 p.m. Central for us. We'll have Travis Thomas. We'll have our guy Thomas Valero from Vegas, and we got Chuck from Vegas. We're going to do our NFL preview show on that Saturday. It's going to be pretty much a long show, but we got Travis Thomas on. We got Thomas Valero from Vegas, our guy there. We had him on last year, and we got Chuck, our lawyer from Vegas. So we're going to talk NFL. It's our NFL preview show. We're going to help you guys get your money spread out there for your futures picks, MVPs, Defensive Players of the Year, Rookie of the Year. We're going to get deep into it. So we're going to get you set so you can get that money out there right now. You can make some smart bets, get your over-unders, and we're going to try to predict all of our playoff teams and things like that. So get your money right. So you guys should have had time to think now. Sayed, you ready? Give me your teams.
These are the teams that are not going to be in the playoffs, you mean?
No. 2 surprise teams that will make the playoffs, Sayed. 2 surprise teams
that will make the playoffs.
Yeah, so basically what I want you to think like Jacksonville last year. Nobody saw Jacksonville, didn't.
And Atlanta Falcons.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, Sayed, you got to tell me why.
I think Pittsburgh only added to what they needed to help complete their team from the year before. I think they solidified with Pickens at quarterback. They need to fix the offensive line. They drafted offensive line. They also drafted a tight end who's like another offensive lineman. So with that being said, offensively, they should be better. Defensively, they always had a decent defense. They lost a linebacker and I think a cornerback, but I mean, they can be replaced to a certain extent. They're going to be in one of the toughest divisions anyway. Because like I told people already, I think Cleveland's going to be a lot better than people think they were from a year before. It could.
But you didn't put Cleveland in though. You didn't put Cleveland in though.
Hold on, player. You said 2 teams, not 3.
2 teams, yeah.
You said 2 teams, not 3.
And just because they're gonna be better than what they were, don't mean they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's facts.
Now, the reason I say I think this is gonna be one of the toughest divisions. I don't think Baltimore makes the playoffs this year. That's just my personal opinion. Cincinnati, we know what Cincinnati has. They added another wide receiver. Good luck with that one. Cleveland had the leading rusher last year. Anybody realize that? No. Nobody realized Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah, I did.
NFL rusher last year.
I did.
So now you got an NFL leading rusher, and you have a quarterback who has had a year to get better, to get back into what he was before. He had glimpses last year of being nice. He had glimpses. But now
the game started to slow down for him. It started to slow down. Yeah, it started to slow down.
How did they do
for him
against Washington, Sid?
Who? How did who do against Washington?
Cleveland.
Man, we're not going down that street. Man, we're not going down the street.
I'm just asking.
But I'm about to WWE you.
But you know how we always say one of these divisions could have 3 teams. This possibly could be one of those divisions could have 3 teams.
So you're saying Pittsburgh?
I'm just saying for real.
Cincy and Cleveland.
Because I think Pittsburgh is going to be so much better than people think.
Yes.
Nobody really talking about Pittsburgh.
I don't think it's far fetched either.
Yeah.
No.
And then, I said before, my other team is Atlanta Falcons. Why? Welcome to the Tennessee Titans of the NFC South.
I mean, the NFC South. The NFC South is looking like it's probably going to be the worst division in football this year.
Whoa. Hold on, player. We might be young. That don't mean we're going to be the worst division now. Hold on now.
You say y'all may be young, but
because I can look down here.
But they ready, yeah.
With Arizona, the Rams, San Francisco, and Seattle and say, San Francisco got a quarterback problem. Geno choked in the second half. They could end up being the worst. But, we're not going to talk about that. But anyway. But I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
Old Geno could come back. I'm just saying.
I don't think old Geno's coming back. Not with the monster wide receivers that he has this year. Smith-Njigba in the slot. Tyler Lockett.
I know the old Geno showed him in the end of the year they had a chance to make the playoffs. I do know that.
Yeah, but you know what? They also went through a couple of running backs last year. They went through a couple of running backs with the injury. And the way their wide receiver core is set up, it ain't like Kevin Hart's checking and savings.
I think they drafted a wide receiver as well.
Njigba out of Ohio State.
All right, let me tell you my 2 teams because I got to run and go grab these keys real quick. I'll be right back. Carolina and the Jets. I believe both those teams had were really quarterbacks away technically from really making it. Carolina pretty much went on a run and still they have the coaching, I believe, that's necessary. With the Jets, we don't know what they're going to look like at running back. That's going to be a big factor to it, as well as what is Brett Favre, good Lord. What is Aaron Rodgers going to look like? I believe if they can put it together, both those teams, because I think what you do is you put your quarterback in a position, because they got CJ, right?
Yeah. No, hold on.
They got
CJ Stroud went to the Texans.
So, yes. No, I'm tripping. So, it will be Bryce then.
Bryce is with Carolina. So what
you do is you put Bryce in a position to only do what's necessary. And because of his skill sets that we've already talked about, I could see him doing very well in spurts where he just has to hit that slant or hand the ball off. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, say who's he throwing the ball to?
See, me
I mean,
and you.
The Texans, I think they have I don't even know who he's throwing the ball to.
Carolina traded away the wide receiver.
DJ Moore is gone. DJ Moore is now in Chicago.
Yep.
And I don't know a wide receiver on Carolina's roster. I mean, can somebody help me out?
You know what? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Who left Minnesota?
Adam Thielen. Okay, but Adam Thielen is not Adam Thielen of 3 years ago.
You told me to let you know when it was on the league.
But yeah, but he's not Adam Thielen of 3 years ago. Said no, sheepdog. I believe you're right. They shouldn't have fired Lovie Smith. But you know that's how it go. And I think Bruce is saying that he agrees with me. Who's he throwing the ball to? Texas had 2 lottery picks. I understand, and their defense, the Texans defense, should be much better this year. So I mean, I don't know what Bruce has been drinking, but I think he slipped some into my drink because I'm starting to see that as well. Because their defense was pretty good. They sent Cook to the Cowboys. Their problem was the offensive line. They have a really good running back. The Texans have a really good running back. So the running game for rookie quarterback could play out, and that could help. Man, I don't know what Bruce is doing, but why am I agreeing with Bruce here, saying I can see that?
You better start drinking that Bruce Kool-Aid.
I know. I'm shoot. I don't know.
Because,
okay,
I mean,
so
when you think about it, you know, they only have 2 wide receivers. One of them is coming off an injury.
Okay, name them.
John Mechie.
Oh yes, my bad.
He's coming off an injury, and he has the lupus.
He had cancer, leukemia.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Mechie was good to go towards the end of the year.
Right, but he didn't play because of the diagnosis.
Because
he got Robert Woods.
And Robert Woods, was he injured as well? He hurt himself in the Super Bowl. He hurt himself in the Super Bowl with Odell.
He's always injured.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So other than that,
and you got some explaining to do. You got
nobody
some
else scares you. I mean, they got a Money Rogers, but I mean, nobody else scares you, wide receiver wise, for the Texans.
Yeah, and no disrespect, but I mean, who is the quarterback going to be throwing to for the Falcons?
Whoa. He got a tight end in Pitts.
Who's coming off a knee injury?
You got Cordarrelle Patterson.
But the thing is though, he's not going to be forced back to start because they got Jonnu Smith, right? The Falcons. You talking about the Falcons, right?
Yeah. Who is that?
They signed Jonnu Smith at tight end, so Pitts is not going to have to come off of there right off the tip. But what I told Pick earlier, we do need another wide receiver on the opposite side of Drake London.
You really don't.
And here's the thing.
Really don't.
Here's the thing. Hold on, because you said I had some explaining to do.
You got some explaining.
In this NFL, amazing receivers are at a premium, and if you have them, great, but they're not just super necessary. You need guys who fit your system and who fit your scheme.
Right.
And so, though they were able to do what they did last year, DJ Moore wasn't just doing amazing things. He had that one really good catch late in the year, and that's what kind of helped him be trade bait. But he also was making a bunch of other mistakes. So I don't think saying receivers is a hard stopping point. That's not enough, especially when you upgrade at quarterback the way they did. So, that's just my 2 cents, though. So I don't think that's a solid argument. It is valid, but I don't think it's solid.
Week 5,
somewhere around 53 new guys.
But like I told you though, the Atlanta Falcons are now the Tennessee Titans of the NFC South. So they just need Drake London when he throw you the ball, be ready. But Atlanta's going to be run first. They're going to be run first, run heavy. I'm just letting you know now.
I think that the Atlanta Falcons
Yes.
are
Thank
going to
you.
be
Thank
all
you,
right.
John. Me and John have had such a bonding moment since he came on.
I think y'all two need to stop hanging out in the same bars.
By the way, his episode drops in the morning at 8 a.m. So
Yeah. You and John, y'all had a love fest going on here. Now I'm not sure. I like it when John comes on.
He just thought he could pick on me. He had to find.
Yeah, I like it when John comes on and flexes on you. That's what I like.
He tries, but he never succeeds. That's why I'm like,
all right. Okay.
Okay. So what are your two picks?
My two are I think the Commanders actually. I'm not just drinking the Kool-Aid.
Nazareth.
Nope. I'm not just listen. The same reason I said that the Texans and the Atlanta Falcons are probably going to make it. I think that people are undervaluing the running game, and I think that running backs this year are going to do wonderful. I think that this rookie out of Texas is going to really help the Atlanta Falcons, and I think the running back the Texans have is really going to step up as well. I think that the Commanders' running game is going to surprise a lot of people because they're going to be paying more attention.
He's got more fullbacks.
Antonio Gibson is not a fullback.
Y'all want to get rid of him so bad.
I mean, you can't pay everybody.
I'm just saying though.
He'll fit perfectly. Nah, I'll tell you later. Look, I think Antonio Gibson is going to have a great season. I think that people are going to worry about our wide receivers so much that our running game is going to get off, and then they'll start to bring 8 into the box, and then we'll get you back that way.
So to John said, actually, you need to make your scheme fit your talent. I think that's true depending on who it is. When it comes to the Commanders, no, hold on. When it comes to the Commanders, that's true because you guys brought in like super good talent that they never fit them around. You brought in cover corners and tried to make them do zone and vice versa.
Facts. Okay,
you brought in guys who've been 3-4 their whole career and said, "Hey, do 4-3." So that is true, you know, and y'all still delivered in spite of that. So that is true. It depends, but I'm like overall though, when you bring in a coach, he has a certain scheme that he always wants to bring, and then you start drafting and getting free agency to fit around what that coach does best. So I kind of think I got you again, John. Burn. Like, try again.
Try again. You can stop messing with John, okay?
Try again, man. This is
child play. All right.
Hey, John, you can report him to the principal. Don't let third graders pick on you.
Gonna save you, buddy.
All right. Hey.
Thank you. You know what, Sheepdog? You know what, Mo? You're right. Might as well put my bid in because I crap out of Steven.
Hey, they turned that joint to Cape Canaveral. They was letting them go.
Man, for sure.
They was letting them go. All right, listen. So my other one, and this is probably me sipping on Bruce's Kool-Aid. For some unknown reason, when I put this question in there, this team popped into my head, and everybody, y'all can laugh at me now if y'all want. But I believe in the coach.
Oh, crap.
The Denver Broncos. I don't think Sean Payton is going to Denver. Their defense was legit last year. Their only problem was a quarterback. Their problem was
a problem for all we know.
I believe that this dude will sit him down. Russ is not running that team. The coach is running that team, and that the quarterback's the problem. They will bench the quarterback and find a way to win, despite going to a lesser quarterback.
Offensive line.
That offensive line wasn't the problem. The problem was Russell. The problem was Russell Wilson. The defense played really well last year, but I think the Denver Broncos make the playoffs this year.
No, the problem was clearly Nathaniel Hackett. Let's
coaching.
Be clear.
Definitely.
Definitely Nathaniel Hackett.
It was him. Was Russ, right? But now you have
Russell Wilson was sacked 55 times last year.
Which means he was holding on to the ball when wide receivers was running open.
Say that again, Steve.
They wasn't always running wide open. Hey, because you open after the fact. He was sacked 55 times last year.
Yeah, that's horrible. And for a scrambling quarterback, that's not.
Well, but that was the thing. That was the same thing in Seattle. They said Russ is holding the ball. He's getting sacked, and he shouldn't be getting sacked.
But we knew for a fact.
He was even sacked 8 times. The backup sacked 8 times.
Okay, so explain to me why when Russ leaves, how many times was Geno sacked last year?
Completely different circumstances and situations.
No, the same.
No,
Nope.
Pick, no.
He left Seattle.
Seattle.
But Seattle gave up a ton. I'm just saying the coalition of Russ holding the ball, the combination of Russ holding the ball. Right.
Feel it, John. Great coaches always adapt to their talent.
He said, "Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Peyton's not coming to Denver for the recreational things that happen in Denver. He's coming to Denver to win. And if Russ is in the way of him winning, I believe Russ will be on the bench. Because that defense is legit. Their defense is legit.
But hold on, Sheepdog, we're not comparing Pete Carroll to Sean Payton, are we?
No, yes, that's what he's actually trying to do.
No, that's horrible to do. I'm sorry. Pete Carroll's not even a...
No, Sean Payton will run rings around Pete Carroll.
This isn't a comparison. When we talk about an offensive mind versus this supposed to be rah-rah guy that people are...
No. Pete Carroll was a defensive guy that is suffering through Alzheimer's right now. He's like the oldest coach in the NFL.
He's actually doing great in that department.
He's the oldest coach.
The biggest shoes in America. I'll give you that.
He's the oldest coach in the NFL who probably forgets that it's third down.
Okay, so here you go. What two teams?
That's ageism, by the way, Pick.
What two teams that
right.
made the playoffs last year won't make the playoffs this year?
I got one right off the cuff.
Go.
San Francisco.
I don't think San Fran makes it either.
I don't think San Francisco makes it. They always do a bunch of cool little stuff, and it just ends up working out. Listen, that quarterback crap ain't gonna bail you out every time with that luck they had last year. And they have they have a legit solid makeup of pieces on offense, but we know that defense is their calling card. We saw the man who got paid, Debo. We saw him disappear in the last two games of the playoffs. Nobody talks about that.
But he couldn't get the ball, and he couldn't get the ball.
But hold on. But to my
he couldn't throw the ball in the last game. So we really can't say the last game because after Old Boy got hurt in the second quarter,
he had like 30 yards. He probably had 50 yards total, and that's being generous.
Yeah.
Against the Cowboys.
And he probably was triple covered.
No, he wasn't. That's not the scheme.
And you know the irony of what you just said, right? The irony of what you just said about San Francisco is a few minutes ago, y'all said, well, not y'all, said that NFC South would be one of the worst divisions in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Arizona got a broken quarterback. The Rams don't. Oh, you know what? I take it back. The Rams got Stetson Bennett. They're allowed to win. San Francisco don't have a quarterback.
Hey, okay, hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me help everybody out. Hold on. Time out. Let me set it up first. This guy that I'm about to put in this screen right here. This guy said that Stetson Bennett is the greatest player ever in Georgia history.
So go ahead and tell him to say the irony again.
And he said the reason why is because of what?
Let me show you. Aaron Murray, all-time leading stats leader for Georgia. Never won an SEC game. My man. Matthew Stafford, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the University of Georgia. He never won an SEC championship. The guy who had no stars. Y'all heard me. There were days I disliked Stetson Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he showed up in places he should not have been. Dude, I'm telling you, I told my brother this. I said, you know what? This dude gonna mess around and win a chip. I told him that. Even though he wasn't even starred at the time. The guy is you know how, like Tom Brady, you say, I'm not comparing him, let's say Tom Brady. You know how they said certain people have a weird energy about him? That's Stetson Bennett. He got weird energy about him. And not the way he run up from the Dallas Cowboys. Weird energy.
You know what Stetson Bennett is?
He don't want to be great.
Listen, man.
He don't want to be great.
of these guys don't need to be that awesome when you got the squad that they had. Did you see their tight end lineup?
Exactly, Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Who tight end lineup?
That's not it. No, hold on. That's not including
Georgia's tight end lineup.
That's not including the running backs that was
easy. No, y'all being a hater right now, man.
Who?
Y'all being a hater right now.
Hey, we're gonna start drug testing on this podcast.
Nobody was talking individual
Before you come
players.
on, you're gonna have to submit your guess.
He's a regular schmegular guy. And then John, you don't even believe that malarkey talking about the Cowboys.
Who did Joe Burrow have at LSU?
What you talking?
Who did Joe Burrow have at LSU?
Oh, he had a squad. I'm not gonna lie.
So we talking about Joe Burrow being what? Huh?
Oh, he was great, but we're not comparing the talent.
Come on now.
Quarterback,
look, did he have it?
And quarterback, they're not the same talent. We're not gonna do that. Stetson Bennett is a 3rd or 4th round guy. Did he even get drafted?
Yes.
In the 5th round? 3rd?
We're not comparing him to Stetson. We're not comparing to Joe Burrow, are we?
But what I'm telling you, I'm not saying he's Joe Burrow. I'm not saying
to quote straight debaters.
There is a weird energy around this dude, and he always seems to win.
Say it.
That still ain't saying he's Joe Burrow.
As a starter, he has only lost 3 games at the University of Georgia.
What does Kirby have to do with it?
Is Kirby throwing the pass?
What does Todd Monken have to do with it?
Kirby running the ball.
What does Monken have to do with it?
That's offensive coordinator.
We talking about
who's offensive coordinator at LSU?
All I'm saying though, if they had a crap coach, like you said, the offensive coordinator that y'all got back that was terrible in the past, you ain't feeling the same about that 3P player. Even if you had Stetson Bennett, that's all I'm saying. You got to tell me some credence to this now.
Huh?
Now y'all 3P.
So now you booking it. Now you booking it.
He's trying to book it now.
Now you booking it?
Hey, Ant,
tell me you
remember this date.
Tell me you booking it.
We going back to the playoffs, man.
Are y'all winning?
No. That's what you said.
Huh?
He said what now?
We 3P, dog.
Ooh, y'all 3P.
We 3P, dog.
You heard it here. You heard it here.
It's stamped. Matter of fact, I'm clipping that off tonight.
Awesome.
Because you know, sorry we don't get on topic. I get tired of hearing some of the old Alabama players say this, that, and the other. You had a chance to beat Tennessee at home like a drum, right?
Mm-hmm.
But y'all didn't do that. They didn't do that.
Who did though?
Tennessee won that game in their backyard. They brought their number one ranking into the University of Georgia, and the score did not indicate how bad we were dusting them boys off.
Say it. Hold on.
Before we mad right now.
Yeah,
bro,
he said
nobody cares for Stetson Bennett, dog.
He said, okay, let's get back.
Coached. That team is well coached by far.
Okay.
And 5 stars everywhere.
Athletes. Can we talk about how many of their players have gotten drafted over the last 2 years? And where and we not also hold on now. What about the one that went to Philly that shouldn't have made it out the first round? I'm just saying. Come on now, let's stop playing around here.
That's not on us, dog. We can't.
No,
help people.
I'm not. No, my point is Stetson Bennett.
No, I'm not. I know what you're saying, Ant. I'm saying this. We're saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
All I'm saying is it's weird that this dude seems to continue to win when he should not be winning.
Okay, say what do they have?
He's better yet. Check this out, Ant. 2 pick. How many games I told you the Bulldogs gonna lose when you was in Vegas?
Last year you said 2. You said they was losing 2 games.
How many games they lose?
None.
They lost 1.
Yeah.
And I told him I thought Stetson Bennett was gonna lose 2 games. I told him that. He went to Vegas. So trust me when I tell you, the dude is just weird energy around the dude, and he just happens to win. I ain't saying he's gonna go out here and throw for 1,000 yards. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is the dude has weird energy and seems to win when he should not win.
He's backing up Matthew Stafford in LA, right?
Yes.
What makes anyone believe that LA has what it takes right now to make it to the playoffs? I
ain't saying
don't
it's gonna
believe.
make the playoffs, though. I said he win. I ain't saying it's gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, see, here you go now, Pick. I'm about to start jumping on you. He ain't never said that about to make it.
I ain't never said
he said it was gonna win a couple more games with Stetson Bennett.
With Stetson
Bennett,
possibly.
No, Matthew Stafford had time to heal last year.
Mm-hmm.
He had time to heal. And all reports coming out of there is that Matthew's back, his pop is back in his arm. He's good to go.
He's not mobile.
Stetson Bennett might be good to go down the road because there are going to be some things that he needs to clean up and learn the NFL speed and all that good stuff. But I don't think that he replaces Matthew Stafford this year and they get a couple more games. I don't believe that. I mean, so that may be down the road, but no. Let's get back to the question at hand here. What team last year? Who?
Josh Heupel.
He's better than Josh.
Quarterback.
He's better than him?
No, I said that's his comp, Josh Heupel.
Oh, wow. And
Josh Heupel. Right. Josh, comp to who?
I don't know what.
Stetson Bennett? Josh Heupel was no scrambler. He's staying
on
the chin.
Hold on. Sheepdog said y'all about to make his blood pressure raise. I think because Sheepdog said the Cowboys are not making the playoffs.
No. He didn't say that. That's what John said.
No, that was John.
Sheepdog actually was talking about Mike McCarthy having a resume of winning the ring.
Okay. Right.
I'm gonna say the easiest one would be to say Tampa Bay. But I'm going with Minnesota.
They shouldn't have been in the playoffs last year. Come on, that's easy.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying the easiest one would be Tampa Bay, but I don't think Minnesota makes it this year.
Metaphor, you're just a hater anyway. I literally don't care what you think about the Cowboys record. You've never said a nice thing about the Cowboys, even when we drubbed y'all. I don't. Some of you guys are just, y'all are. It's a word I would like to use, but it's not appropriate for the family-friendly show. But you guys are haters. Like, even I will say some good things about you guys every now and then, but you guys are just blatant haters. It's like your butt hurt,
Bruce,
I'm sorry that you're Washington fans.
Bruce said that the Giants are not making the playoffs this year.
Your claim to fame is week 18. See my point?
You know what?
That seems to be a common theme that the Giants overachieved last year. Plus, Saquon still hasn't signed his franchise yet. He has until the 15th to get a new contract done, right? So the Giants is one. Sid, who did you have not making the playoffs, or did you give us yours yet?
Not making it. I said
not making the play.
I said San Francisco is one. I want to do the same thing and go east and what do you call it? AFC and NFC. So San Francisco. For the AFC, I want to go. Oh, it's tough. It's a toss-up between. I gotta believe that they'll get the consistency from the Jaguars. I gotta say Chargers, bro. I gotta say Chargers.
I got one that's about to set y'all ablaze.
I say Baltimore not making it.
Okay. I still got
Baltimore didn't make it last year though.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. They made the playoffs last year. They lost to Cincy in the first round.
Like they almost won. That's what
they almost beat Cincy. Yeah,
they almost won. Yep.
I got the Buffalo Bills not making the playoffs.
Nah, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna
tell you why.
Trouble in paradise.
The defensive coordinator is taking a year off. And then let's look at the offense. Let's look at the offensive side. Diggs and Allen are not getting along.
It's not them two, is it? It seems like it's Diggs and
Josh Allen, the quarterback.
Oh, it's
it's the quarterback. Yeah.
I thought it was like more of the coaching staff. Do we know this for a fact? Where are you getting this from, Pick?
Diggs is not happy up in Buffalo right now. The defensive coordinator is gone. One of the best defensive coordinators in all of football, who had that defense humming. He had them.
But that defense also took a turn down once Hamlin got hurt as well, and they lost another safety. And I'm only saying this because I want to disagree. I think that team is built to win, but it's just something around them that causes
them from winning.
They lost their offensive coordinator, and nothing changed. So I'm just saying.
Well, no, something did change. They didn't find a running game.
Well, they didn't have a running game before that.
Their quarterback was the leading rusher, and that's going to get you hurt.
But I told you
he's a big
already.
He's a big kid, yeah. Yeah, he's a big
Said,
kid. So
remember I said no, they got a running back. It's their quarterback. When it mattered in that game most that they should have won,
Sonny,
he was running the ball instead of throwing it, and that's why Diggs
Yep.
is gonna have the problem that he has. So
yeah. So, but Buffalo's the team that I see, and it could not happen. It could happen, whatever. But it's too much change going on with that team. Defensive coordinator sitting out a year, taking a year off to deal with whatever he has to deal with. Offensive coordinator last year. Now he is the New York Giants head coach, and yeah, is Diggs ain't happy, and that quarterback. I mean, they have other wide receivers besides Stephon Diggs, but
Bruce, can you tell me why you said you don't like the Cowboys, but you think they'll win the East? I really want to know because I respect Bruce is one of the fairest of our flock by far. So I really would like to know why he says that because I don't think it's far fetched. Looking at one of the games we spit the bit on,
he said they may win the East. They may win the East.
No. I know, but I just want to know why he says that.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I think we've known the loser of the Super Bowl to take a dip. That's another thing. They lost offensive and defensive coordinator.
Right.
But they got.
I'm still not a big believer in Jalen. Like, I'm just not. I listen, and I have no reason not to be. He probably wins MVP if they win last year. But I gotta see it again, man. We talking about 1 year you went from this kid's gonna be the greatest running back and quarterback ever to he's dropping it off.
And what's bad is he's losing another offensive coordinator. It's like his third or fourth offensive coordinator.
Even back when he was in college, it happened to him twice at Alabama. And then he goes to Oklahoma. Well, I mean, the kid plays.
But Sheepdog, you gotta also remember we didn't expect that to be the NFL beast either, the NFC beast. We thought this was gonna be it was projected for this to be the worst division in football. Please remember that.
Yep.
And then the next thing you know, everybody's looking like they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yep.
So we can't hang our hat on that because nobody was expecting it. And then halfway through the season, you're like, wait a minute.
I don't think that. I think that team got better through the draft and through free agency. The Philadelphia Eagles. I think that those players are not taking a step back. I think that those players are moving forward despite coaching.
Yep.
I don't think it's that simple. Because
here's your answer from Bruce.
I'll say why. Only because we're not talking about a team that fought through adversity, won a championship, and then they're stacked front to back, built to win. It's not that simple. We don't know if Dre ends up coming back being the same type of cornerback. It's just a lot of those
cogs. They drafted a replacement. They drafted a replacement.
Yeah, but there's still a learning curve in there too.
I'm just saying the thing that helps them is that the person who sat on the bench last year and learned the install was Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean was teaching the install at Georgia.
God dog it, are you serious? Did you just do that?
What did you say? Oh no, I was looking at something else. But my point with that is it's easier learning from someone you already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Ringo. It's easier learning from somebody who knows who's already been there than you having to learn. Okay, I'm trying to understand what he's saying, and I know somebody is telling me make sure you do X, Y, Z. So that's just my opinion. It's different when you know somebody who's been with you for the last 3 years.
Part of me kind of wonders though, like a guy like Ringo who was very highly touted, why does he end up slipping the way he did?
Bad hips.
That doesn't sound like it bodes well for translating either though.
They can move him. You can move him to safety. The boy runs a 4.3.
With bad hips, that's gonna be interesting.
he runs a 4.3.
Slide.
He runs a 4.3. So the thing is, they can move him. If they've already mentioned, because every now and then I wander over there, they've already mentioned him being moved to safety.
Oh, you mean about the
I'm just
Philadelphia
telling you,
Bulldogs?
this how I heard this. I also do the same thing with Stetson Bennett. I've heard stuff about Stetson Bennett as well. Him taking all the reps, him throwing all the balls, him running through the thing, and they're impressed about what he's doing. But back to Ringo, they've already said about moving him to safety because they like the cornerbacks they have. So think about it. You got a guy who's 6'2", runs a 4.3, playing safety who can also play corner.
Like my German Shepherd.
So
4-3 straight doesn't. Yeah, that's a good point, Metaphor. 4-3 straight doesn't help when you got to cut. But it helps when he can take angles at safety. And that's the point. When
look, the Jets.
If he's got it up here, it'll translate a lot better if they move him to safety.
So Sheepdog saying the Jets have improved. They most definitely have. Which version of Aaron Rodgers are we getting? If the Jets have improved, and if the New England Patriots improve, is that why Buffalo takes a step back and doesn't make it as well as losing both of their coordinator? Well, the defense coordinator for a year, and yeah, that ship's not right.
I don't think still ain't signed.
Huh?
I said because D-Hop still ain't signed. Him and Chris Wolf are still out there.
I just think that the AFC is the biggest wild card because we just don't know. I think the teams that are dominant, we know, and I think that's why it's kind of hard to say Buffalo wouldn't make it, even with all the issues they have, because there's a big disparaging gap between quality over there. It's a little more evenly matched in the NFC. In the AFC, it's kind of like bang, bang, boom, and then it's like, well, what version of the Jaguars are we going to get? We're assuming they're going to take a step.
I think the Jaguars are literally going to take a big step forward because we saw that coaching mattered.
Yeah.
Just in the case study of the Jaguars, you take out an idiot coach in Spurrier and you put in a Super Bowl head coach, and look at what happens. And
that same coach was down 28-2 or something crazy.
And facts. And guess what? And he came back
off of that staff and put in a better coach. And the Chargers are moving on, and we're not even talking about the Jaguars.
No, but that's the thing, though, is Doug Peterson had to keep that team steady because of how bad they were down. So don't say coaching doesn't matter because you're saying the Chargers coach is an idiot, but he had his team up 27 to 27.
You can't be that smart. We're talking about a talented team, true, right? We never negated that the Chargers were talented. We have more of a question about the social media quarterback that they had. and nobody wants to put anything on him. And I'm the one who was saying, look at the quarterback. What was his stats? Okay, he may not have thrown a pick, but he was very pedestrian. Didn't seem to move the ball too well. Like, stuff like that also matters. So kind of in line, which goes in line with me saying, okay, I said, I don't know if the Chargers actually make the playoffs this year. And I just don't know, man. I think the AFC is gonna be interesting.
So the Chargers don't make it. I think that the Jaguars take a step forward. That's for the South, for the teams in the South, and then Bruce and a couple of other people think that the Texans get in there. I
was sipping holy water with that one.
I think Bruce is sipping a lot of.
I don't get it, Bruce.
He's been steady too. I got to give it to him,
bro. I'm like, steady. What?
Yeah, he's been saying that for a while, so we'll see if
they've been unloading talent. That's the thing.
We'll see if he puts something on it because we know Bruce will put something down.
Doesn't make it. No EB, Mahomes only. OC is gone. It's Andy Reid. Stop doing that. You're going too far. You're going too far, Metaphor.
Please stop doing it. We know KC is going to get there. We know KC will be there. All right, so listen. NBA free agency kicked off on Friday. A lot of money was spent every which way. Some people stayed, some people went. Some people went to surprising places, and some people that played a role got a bag. Bruce said he has his future bets already, so he's ready to go. So I think he's ready. Right. So I want to know which team improved the most through NBA free agency and the draft, because that happened before already, to make a push. I mean, of course, we know about injuries and things like that, but which team do you guys think made a great Lillard to Boston?
He's projecting. There's no,
Yeah.
I'm the breaking news guy. I ain't got no word on that.
You ain't got no word on that. You
I
ain't got no word on that. Okay.
Man,
So
I'm
who
telling
y'all think?
I'm telling you what the Portland Brass has said. Unless
brass.
Unless
the
they
brass.
finna unload some players.
Yeah, so basically it would have to almost turn into Jason Tatum and Lillard versus. It ain't no
Right.
way you're gonna be able to keep a lot of those other back.
They could get
especially
Brown.
when You got rid of defensive player of the year. Like, it's just not.
But they could send Brown. They could send Brown to Portland.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna do that.
That contract matches up.
I'm just telling you, I don't know how much better they really get if you get. Well, I take that back. That's a lie. I'm lying. In a clean swap, I'm definitely taking Damian Lillard. So never mind. I almost slapped myself for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Tatum and Lillard would be one heck of.
Oh yeah, because now you have a definitive dog. Damian Lillard is the dog now.
Right. He's not gonna hide. He's not gonna hide like Brown. He's not gonna fade away like Brown
or Tatum. Tatum fades away. Let's not get it twisted now.
Yeah.
And that's when Marcus Smart stepped up. Of
and
course,
that's the problem, because you don't need Marcus Smart stepping up. You need him playing defense and getting rebounds or something. You don't need him stepping up to score.
And then you still have Porzingis up there. So Sheepdog, it looks like you're saying Boston is the team that improved the most. Say it. Who you got, man? What team do you think did their thing in free agency and in the draft and is set? Atlanta. Let me guess.
They haven't done nothing except
great.
Oh, John.
DeJounte Murray, is that his name? They just gave him a max deal. So
John told me to grow a chest.
Grow a chest, Ant.
What I will say is there's been a lot of money moving around in an NBA free agency so far. I think surprising was what was his name that went to Washington? Kuzma
staying in Washington.
I don't know what they doing.
I thought it was surprising that he went to Washington. That was surprising to me.
Well, he was there. He just re-signed.
A lot of money passed out over the last week or so.
Lillard already has a contract, Sheepdog. He already has a contract.
I hate to be a homer, but I like what the Mavericks been doing, and I thought I was putting in the right group chat, but apparently I wasn't. That Grant Williams pickup, that's another thing. Grant Williams, I don't know what they're doing, because that guy was a great off the bench guy for them that they barely played. So that new coach, they're sticking with him, but he's no, the other guy, Mr. Steal Your Girl for real. He used Grant Williams to the best of his advantage. Like, he knew how to use those players. I think picking up Grant Williams was a great pickup. Re-signing Kyrie, I said it the whole time, he was gonna come back.
And you didn't like it though. You didn't like that though, right?
I didn't appreciate it because he's ungrateful. Don't be telling me about where you're gonna put. Oh, you're gonna go check out Phoenix and you're gonna fool. Shut up. Just be thankful, because nobody wanted you. You see what I'm saying? So how you talking about who you gonna go look at? It's like you dance with who you came to the party with, buddy.
Right.
So that's
he the ugly chick now.
But I do like him and Luka getting an offseason together, adding a player like Grant Williams. We almost what's his name? Thias Matisse or something like that. That the Portland matched him. We signed him.
Oh,
and then
okay,
they matched his offer. So we're being aggressive. I like that. We re-signed a few players. Our rookie that we drafted from a year or two ago, he was already making big strides. The coach said that he's on a different level already. So I ain't gonna lie. I think I like what we've done. I'm not gonna lie. I like what we've done over a lot of other teams.
Sheepdog, you talk about Rui Hachimura. Rui, sent to the Lakers, and the Lakers love him. The Lakers
Yeah, they
love
do.
Rui Hachimura.
They re-signed him.
They
Which
re-signed.
makes me ask, what was Washington doing? Because it's like
he just said that they need a new head coach because they didn't see the talent in Rui. So that's what
Lady
the
A
problem
would love
was.
to hear that.
Man, that's her little son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's my
maybe
little
that's what
nephew.
that's probably what she did.
That's
She
my
flew out
baby.
to party with Rui. All right, so
Lakers are gonna suck next year.
so I can't lie. The Phoenix Suns had me confused for a while. I mean, of course they got Bradley Beal. Said my man told Ant to grow a chest.
That is funny.
So they got Bradley Beal, and I thought Ayton was going to be gone. I thought he was out of there. I thought they was shipping him away like right away. But it looks like DeAndre Ayton is going to stay, and they picked up some mid-level players because the rest of their money is tied up in their big four, or the so-called big four, with Kevin Durant, Booker, Beal, and DeAndre Ayton. That's where a ton of their money is. But the problem is I still don't see anybody but KD and DeAndre Ayton playing defense. Booker, I believe, will D you up, especially Klay Thompson. He loves to get into it with him. But Bradley Beal don't play no defense, and I don't see a point guard on their roster.
Yeah, I don't see why people make it seem like it's a big deal. I'm like, I like Bradley Beal, but I think he'd do better in a team that had structure and he had a defined role. He was like, yeah, let guard those two guys. That's it, buddy. Like, it still looks like a bunch of guys just thrown together. Like, Phoenix is like, I got money, I'm going to spend it. Like, let's make it happen.
Hold on. Read Sheepdog's comment.
Pick, I'm offended about your earlier comment about Pete Carroll being old. Look at Pop and the Spurs. Apologize.
You're right, because Pop is probably the oldest coach, the oldest professional coach.
Are we talking about a 5-time champion versus Pete Carroll, who won 8 Super Bowl and then was super prideful to not let the running back get the final touchdown? They could have gave him 2. We're not apologizing for that.
They wanted Russ to win the MVP.
Yeah, no, sir.
And instead they gave a Super Bowl to Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Who is the greatest quarterback of all time, according to the rings on his finger.
And if we're being honest, the fix is in. It looked like one hand was washing the other.
One hand was washing the other.
Sorry, bro. That makes no sense. I'm going to run the ball to win this Super Bowl, buddy. Why am I throwing a slant on the 2-yard line?
All day. So what I want to know is, y'all tell us, man, what team y'all think did great in free agency with their draft, and who do y'all think is set to go? Who do y'all think is set to go? Let us know. And
what are we talking about here, Pick?
that actually was our last topic, Ant. I was just looking at it.
Like, what are you talking about?
I was looking at it. I was looking at it again, and I'm like,
you're supposed to check with stats and facts.
That's what I was like, said. Did we cover everything?
We sure did.
We sure did. Hey, listen, on Saturday, we have.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. Right. On Saturday, we have Don stopping by to give us his question of the month. Right. And that question of the month, you guys will answer it. Like I said, Don gave me like 4 questions. He didn't tell me which one he was choosing. He said, but it's going to be one of these 4. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know on Friday, which is tomorrow. So Don's watching. So I need to know tomorrow so we can do our homework.
Yep.
Big Money Sonny, I'm laughing at I'm yawning at your boring comment.
All right. We gotta know.
Did y'all finish last?
Wait, man. Come on, dog. Come on,
I'm just trying to make sure I'm correct here.
My sheepdog keep asking everybody if they get high.
Now, where did I leave that bottom feeder? Oh, the Commanders were at the bottom. Big Money Sonny, please, can it? I'm sorry, Pig. Go ahead and close us out. I'm sorry, buddy.
We gonna close this out. Okay. All right, Sad, you ready, man?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen. We appreciate each and every one of y'all dropping by. You know there's this new social media app out. It is called Thread. We're on there. I'm toothpick_01 on there. I think everybody else kept their names. Say it. It's 3 stacks, right?
I'm
What's
just.
What's your
I gotta look at it again, man. My bad.
I'm going nuts on there. I can't even lie.
and what's your name on there?
I'm just Anthony Moore.
Anthony Moore on
just Anthony Moore.
I'm just Anthony Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, on Thread. So yeah, so give us a follow.
It made sense. So let me look at it again.
Give us a follow on Thread. You know, we'll be posting there. Yeah, I think this thing is going to kill Twitter. I really do think this thing is going to kill Twitter for real. All right, say it. Let's do it, man. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force, First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell him, say it.
Go Dogs.
Hail.